So Flexi ACiON, fault was the forks wouldn't lower, had lift, had tilt, had side shift. Initially thought it was to do with the programming of the VACC for the lift potentiometer. However, inadvertently by doing that, I did it wrong, which then meant the VACC was constantly out of the range. However, the reason it wouldn't lower is because of a bad connection. Now, what I noticed was if I pushed the lower down, that this seat contactor here would drop out very briefly and then come back in. Then I started to lose side shift and tilt, and that was mainly due to the fact of the VACC being out of range. However, another giveaway of this not working, apparently the horn also doesn't work. So that's one to look out for. But the problem with this was this connection down here. This is the lower solenoid connection, block connector. You can see there's quite a few block connectors down here anyway. But that was not clipped in properly. It's just a bad connection after all that. But I inadvertently created more hassle by reprogramming the VACC incorrectly. Now, you don't program the VACC like you do on the Clarks or the older type Flexis. It's much easier doing it through the dash, which I'll show you now how to do. The crucial bit of information I will tell you is you need to have the seat switch not in. So, i.e., just disconnect the seat switch with the wires at the back of the seat, and then come round and put the dash code in. So the dash is quite simple. We got 1 at the top, 2, 3 in the middle, 4 on the outside, and 5 at the bottom. So you press the enter button twice like you would do on the EPs. You're going to press 1, 5, 2, 5, 1. Wait for it to set, and then it comes up with password. If you press up or down, it will change your Zappi console. Go to Zappi console. Now, to program the VACC for the pump controller, we need to go to pump controller. So we need to change up and down, change it to pump. That's traction. That's another traction, steering, and pump. So we're going to hit the enter button, the middle button on pump. Okay, here's the controller area. Now, you'd normally hit enter to go to parameter change, like this. And then there's program VACC. But if you program VACC in there, you're doing it incorrect. You must press the left button to exit back to this menu, and then you want to press the up button to go to your config menu. Go through the menu to adjustments, and then you're going to press the down arrow until you start seeing lift and lower. So you've got the heights all the way down to 1. And here we go. We've got a first one here, which is lower threshold. So that is literally from the neutral position. You just got to push it ever so slightly forward, just so it creates a voltage. So I think it starts at 1, and then just off center, as you can see, is 0.9. So you would then press enter. You then get it to just off center, come back here, and then you'd have 0.9 volts. Then you press the left button to then save that value. Then what you do is you go to the next one, which is your max lower value. Well, that's obvious. You press the enter button, which is the middle button. You pull the lift lever all the way back, and then whilst you've got it all the way back, press enter again, and then press the left button to save. Then you go to the next one, which would be your max lift value. Sorry, I said that wrong. I do apologise. Your max lower value would be all the way forward, wouldn't it? Sorry. And then you would hit the left button to save. Down to the next one, which would be your max lift value. So then obviously you then press enter. That would reset that value. You pull the lift lever all the way back. You then, once you're happy with the voltage, press left to save. And then the min lift value. Now that's the opposite of the min lower threshold. It's just different terminology. So this again would be enter. You'd reset the value, and then all you're going to do is pull the lift lever back ever so slightly back, so that the voltage change is just above 1, as it is 1.1. Press left, and then that will save. And then you go down one more, and you must go to aux output VRID. You must go to this as the last option. Then you press you would then press left to exit. It will say, oh, you then press enter. Are you sure? Yes. And then it's all saved. And then in theory then, what you then do is reconnect your seat switch, come back, cycle the key switch on and off. Okay, and then try your operations. And now we've got a full maximum lift and lower, tilt and side shift. Lovely jubbly.